Question number 20, last question on the review. Candace was shooting an arrow at a target. The path her arrow follows can be modeled by the function where t is the time in seconds since it was shot, and f of t is the height in feet. So again, f of t is just a fancy way function notation for saying y. So on your y-axis we're talking about height, and then t is time. We would not use the entire parabola because this is a real-world situation. You are only going to use that top quadrant. You are not going to go backwards or down. So we do have an equation that was different than the last time she shot an arrow. And it says how many seconds after being shot will the arrow reach its maximum height. So first step is we need to go type in the function that you see on your worksheet. So you should be typing these things in with me, not just watching me do it. If you need to pause the video, you can, and then check yourself. We're going to type in exactly what we see. You can type in F. And it's actually not necessary to type in this first part. It's like saying y equals. But I'm going to go ahead and type it in exactly like we see it. We are not going to use a t. Actually, let's see if we can use a t. Let's see what happens. And then if it doesn't work, we'll come up with a backup plan. So we have negative 0.4 t. Maybe that's a reason not to use t right there, is we have to keep going back and forth to the alpha screen. T squared. Oh, and it looks like it is graphing because we told it t and f of t. It might be okay. Plus 5.5 t plus 3. I guess because we defined our variable, Desmos is letting us use it. When we said f of t, that gave it permission to figure out that we're now calling that x-axis t. If you don't like that, you're welcome to change those to x's. We are just doing an experiment to see if it worked. And then it says about how many seconds. Oh, let's look. I just thought of something and I wanted to check. Yeah, so if you don't say f of t, it won't graph it for you, and you would have to change those to x's. And the error message says, try adding y equals. If we add y equals, it will go ahead and graph for us also. So you can look at those error messages to see if they help you come up with what's going on. And I'm going to put it back to how it was in the very beginning. Okay, how many seconds after being shot will the arrow reach its maximum height? Maximum is going to be the very, very tallest that it can get. And it's talking to us about seconds. So you have to know which number is talking about seconds. The one on the left, the 6.875, or the one on the right, the 21.906 number. So I'm going to copy these numbers down real quick on paper so that when I turn the screen back to the worksheet, I have them. So what we had was we saw our maximum point, and I'm going to use my little graph right. It's kind of, there we go. Let's switch colors. So we had something that looked kind of like this, and at the very maximum height, it said our point was 6.875, and then 21.906. So with your x and your y value, you have to know which one is talking about how many seconds. And seconds on our graph is going to be time, which is your x value. So it's going to be this one right here. So about how many seconds is that? That's 6.9, or you can say about 7 seconds. And that's the last question on the review. You are welcome to watch the video more than once. You are welcome to print out a blank copy or grab a blank copy to try these on your own without using the video. The more effort you put in, the more successful you will be. Good luck on the test.